In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Welcome, my dear students. Today we have another lesson in our module 4. We have today 4C. What went wrong? What went wrong? There is something bad happened. So, what went wrong? So, let's read together to know what went wrong. Warm up. Discuss. Which of the following do you think would ruin your holiday or would ruin a holiday? Can you think of anything else? Ruin means that something damage your day or make your day or bad holiday like in our lesson today. So 1. Missing a flight. Missing not to catch a flight, your plane when you travel by plane to somewhere that's called a flight. So missing a flight, when you catch your flight or when you miss or not to catch your flight. Waiting for a delayed train. Delayed means that when something is not on time, it's delayed. Waiting for a delayed train, the train is not on time, so it's late and you are waiting for the delayed train which doesn't arrive on its time. Forgetting your passport. You know that passport, something that you cannot cross from country to country without. So forgetting your passport. Losing your suitcases, your bags that you travel with. Losing your suitcases. Car breaking down. Car breaking down, that your car getting damaged. So car breaking down. Getting sunburnt, as you see in this picture. Running out of money. Running out of money means that there is no more money. You don't have money. Your money is over. After that, packing the wrong clothes. You take another clothes. These are not your clothes, or this is not your clothes, and you took another clothes. So, my dear student, which one of these situations that you think that would ruin your holiday? So, and if there anything else, please write down and tell me. 2. Read. A. Look at the picture and subject of Jason Partridge's blog. Why do you think his holiday went wrong? Listen, read, and check your answers. So, my dear students, we have now a reading lesson. So, let's listen to this dialogue or to this reading passage and let's continue reading together.
4C. What went wrong? 2. Read. A. Look at the picture and the subject of Jason Partridge's blog. Why do you think his holiday went wrong? Listen, read and check your answers.
Subject: A Nightmare Mini Holiday by Jason Partridge. Date: 14th of August. Location: home. Well, I thought this would be the best holiday, but unfortunately, I've just come back from the shortest cruise ever. From the moment we arrived at the port, we knew it wasn't going to be our dream holiday. The first thing I noticed was that most of the people boarding the ship weren't my age. Secondly, the ship looked a lot less luxurious than it did in the brochure. But the real shock came when we were shown to our cabin. It was tiny, the beds were uncomfortable, and it had no windows. So, my dad went to reception to try to get us a better one. But unfortunately, all the cabins were full, so it was impossible for them to do anything. Then things got worse. It was time for the ship to sail when there was an announcement about a 2-hour delay. Of course, there were many dissatisfied passengers. The crew asked us all to be patient, stay on board and enjoy our lunch. But the service was terrible. They were so disorganized, it took us an hour to get our lunch, and it was completely tasteless. After that, we went back to the cabin. My brother wanted to have a shower, but there was no water. So he called reception to find out what the problem was. It seems that they were having trouble with the water supply. We finally left port, but things didn't improve. We hardly got any sleep that night, and the next day, when the ship made its first stop, we got off along with most of the other passengers, and we never went back. As I'm writing this, my dad is writing a letter of complaint to the travel agency, asking for our money back.
Okay, my dear students, after listening to this reading passage, let's read it together. Subject: a nightmare mini holiday. A nightmare means bad dream. Bad dream. Mini holiday, very short holiday. By Jason Partridge. Date 14th of August. Location: home. Well, I thought this would be the best holiday, but unfortunately, unluckily, I have just come back from the shortest cruise ever. The shortest cruise ever. Cruise means a voyage when you travel on a ship or something else. Okay? Cruise equals voyage ever. From the moment we arrived at the port is some place that ships, boats stop at or stopping. We knew it wasn't going to be our dream holiday. The first thing I noticed, the first thing I knew, the first thing I became sure of it or about it. So the first thing I noticed was that most of the people boarding the ship weren't my age, were older than him. Secondly, after that, the ship looked a lot less luxurious. Luxurious means that something is in a good shape or quality. So the ship looked a lot less luxurious. So the quality and the good shape of the ship wasn't good than I did in the brochure. Brochure something like notebook. So the ship wasn't as good as he expected. So, but when the real shock came when we were shown to our cabin. Cabin is the small room that you sleep in on the ship or something. It was tiny. Tiny means that it's narrow. The beds were uncomfortable. Uncomfortable means that when you sleep, you are not sleeping well. Your back hurts you. That means that it were comfortable and it had no windows. There were no windows in their cabin. Okay, so my dad went to the reception. My dad went to reception to try to get us a better one. But unfortunately, unluckily too, all the cabins were full. All the cabins were full. So it was impossible. It was impossible for them to do anything. Then things get worse. It's not better, it's worse now. It was time for the ship to sail. Sail, go on the sea. So time to move from the port. That it was time for the ship to sail. When there was an announcement about a 2-hour delay, something is not on time. So now the ship is not going to sail on time, so it has 2 hours delay. Okay, there were many dissatisfied passengers, people who are on the ship are not or didn't like that thing, so they were dissatisfied. The crew asked us, crew, people on the ship that are working there, the captain and people that do services to for the passengers. The crew asked us all to be patient, stay on board and enjoy your lunch. But the service was terrible, was so bad. They were so disorganized. It took us an hour to get our lunch, and it was completely tasteless. It was not delicious. It was so bad, tasting bad. After that, we went back to the cabin. My brother wanted to have a shower, but there was no water. So he called reception to find out what the problem was. It seems that they were having trouble with the water supply, the source of water. We finally left port, but things didn't improve. We hardly got any sleep that night. They they couldn't sleep well, so we hardly got any sleep at well that night. And the next day, when the ship made its first stop, we got off along with most of the other passengers. When the ship stops, they left it immediately, and we never went back. As I'm writing this, my dad is writing a letter of complaint to the travel agency asking for money back. His dad is complaining, telling the agency how was the voyage very bad. So that was our lesson today, my dear students. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you later. Bye for now.